Okay, you're good.
Okay, now I can't see y'all. Now all I see is James' pretty picture. I gotta see y'all's faces. There we go. Okay, perfect. So I'm super proud of you guys, first of all, for earning this retreat. I know that Kim and Jamie have, I know they work so hard. They work so hard to build an amazing team culture, and they work so hard to just be the very best leaders to you guys that they can be. And truly, they are the best of the best. And what I love, especially about Kim in particular, who would probably be like one of my personality opposites, in that if we're putting people in boxes, right? Like she is as yellow as can be, right? Like her heart truly is just to love and serve. And so you guys just have the best of the best. And then Jamie, my sweet Jamie, who is as blue as can be, who is all, just about people too. Your blues are all about loving people and having fun. And so I know that you guys are just having like the best time this weekend, but I just want to say Kim and Jamie are the best of the best. So if they are pouring into you guys, if they are doing anything as far as leading you guys on a team page or doing a challenge or having some sort of incentive or training, then everything that they're saying is just like top notch when it comes to leadership and leading a Plexus team. And they've done this and they've done it so, so well. So Kim asked me if I would come here and do a training for you guys this morning. Of course, I'm super excited to do that. Both of them have so much belief in each of you and so much hope for each of you that you guys will achieve everything that you want to achieve through Plexus. And so this morning, I want to talk to you guys about like what would it look like to just make today, day one in your business. Like, it doesn't matter if you've been in Plexus. I do this with myself a lot, actually. It doesn't matter if you've been with Plexus for 1 year or 2 years or 4 years or 5 years. It doesn't matter, because today, or maybe not today since you're having fun and you're at a retreat, but when you go home on Monday and you wake up and you think, okay, this is it. Like, I am for real. Maybe I've even done it before, because I've drawn my line in the sand several times. But Monday, maybe you're like, I'm going back to that line in the sand that I have drawn, and I'm going to stick it in the sand a little bit deeper, and I'm going to draw it again and just go. And I think that's so much because we work for ourselves, because we don't have a boss, right? We constantly have to be the ones motivating ourselves and making sure that we do the things that help us achieve the goals, okay? So you guys are obviously committed to Plexus, because if you weren't, then you would not have earned this trip. You guys wouldn't be there this weekend. And so I don't have to talk to y'all about commitment. I don't have to talk to you guys about making this like a business decision, about making sure that you treat this business like a business and not like a hobby. But what I do want to talk to you guys about is kind of restarting fresh, okay? So before I get into the nitty gritty of what that looks like, I would not be doing my job if I did not talk to you guys and tell y'all about the time that I had in Scottsdale, I guess not last week, but the week before, okay? Me and 3 other diamonds, we went down to film a video. This video, you guys, it's a 1-minute video, but they had us booked for 2 full days to film this video. And I'm thinking, what in the world? Like, they must think that we're like, I don't know, like this is nuts. So we get there and we hurry up to corporate. We were actually having a board meeting. So Helen and I hurry up to corporate and we have a board meeting in person with Alec, and the other board members are on Zoom. And afterwards, Alec is like, what on earth? Y'all have 2 days to film this video? That's crazy. And they bring the girl in that had scheduled the whole thing. And she's like, yeah, really, we only need them 1 day. And Alec was like, okay, well, perfect. Well, we've just hired 2 new presidents. Did you guys know that we just hired 2 new presidents at Plexus? Did y'all know that? No? Okay, y'all got to read your Plexus emails, okay? Because this is exciting. This is exciting stuff that's going to truly build your belief, all right? So we have Tarl. He's at the top, right? If we're looking at an organizational chart, he's our CEO. And it's always been Tarl and Alec. Tarl's always been the CEO, but they've kind of been here, and all the departments have always reported to Tarl and Alec. And unless you've been to corporate and you truly understand, unless you've been to our corporate offices or you have worked in a huge corporation, it's really hard to wrap your mind around what a corporation is. I'd always worked in a school. And so for me, I thought in my mind, like, Alec and Tarl are chilling, you know, and they're just like taking calls from people and like, hey, IT, don't forget to, you know, like sipping their pink drink. And it's kind of like this mom and pop thing. And it's not at all. There are over 400 employees. It's like super professional. We have an HR department. Like, this is like if you were going and walking into Exxon or something like this, okay? Truly, like, it's a huge corporation. Not as huge as Exxon, but the feel of something like that. Except better because Alec and Tarl are Blues, so it's really fun. So anyway, we've hired these two new presidents. We have Janice Jackson and we have Steve Pear. And Alec called Janice into this meeting and she's like, if they have a day free tomorrow, I really want to have some time with them. And so we ended up filming, and then the next day coming in, and we spent all day. I spent 13 hours with people from corporate, and 3 of those hours were with our new president, Janice Jackson, and she has a ton of departments reporting up to her now. Now, I want to tell you all this because I want you guys to understand what type of company you're a part of. And I know that you guys know and love Plexus, but this was eye-opening to me even, okay? So we're chatting with her, and she is telling us about the reputation that Plexus has in the industry of network marketing with other companies and with other executives. I mean, we know Plexus is the best, right? Like, the people do, we don't doubt that. But in the industry, she's like, you guys have like the best reputation in the industry. Like, executives, people that want jobs in this industry, they're like lining up to get in to be a part of Plexus. I'm like, okay, well, obviously the culture is amazing. You know, she's going on about culture. I don't need to tell you all about that. But this is what she says that's so incredible about Plexus. And this is so eye-opening to me. You know, our revenue and sales is at about $600 million a year. So we are on our way to becoming a $1 billion company, which is a big deal. So let me tell you, other network marketing companies that have become a $1 billion company have usually been open in many, many, many countries. I'm talking like over 10, maybe 30, maybe 40, maybe even 80. Like, we're open in 85 countries. And so now we're a $1 billion company. Well, with Plexus, the fact that we are almost a $1 billion company, having just truly been open in the United States. Like, we're just scratching the surface in Canada, just scratching the surface. You know, we just had our big Canada launch. Y'all did know that, right? Okay, good. And we're not even scratching the surface in Australia and New Zealand. Like, I wouldn't even say that we're scratching the surface there. But the fact that we've almost gotten to be, because we're almost at 700 million, a $1 billion company in one country, she said, is a total, complete anomaly. Like, it's crazy. And so companies are looking at us, you know, what are we doing? So I'm telling you guys that because we truly are set apart. And it might not feel like it if you guys have been a part of Plexus for over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I'm going on 5 years. It might not feel like it, but we are still so ground floor, because we are going to be Plexus worldwide. Like, we are going to continue to open other countries, and the opportunities there are huge. I knew Kim, who knew Jamie. Well, I knew Jamie too, but I signed Kim, who signed Jamie, who then signed Janelle. I didn't know Janelle. And Janelle busted open our Southern California team. And that team has to be at least 35% of Team Eickenhorst, at least. So you might think, well, if we open up in England or Mexico, I don't know anyone in England or Mexico, but you could potentially have your diamond team in Mexico or in China, who knows? So I just want you guys to get really, really, really excited about what is coming on top of Too Big to Miss, on top of the product that is coming at convention. And of course, we have Hunger Control Slim that is coming right around the corner here, okay? And that Hunger Control Slim, I'm telling you, it is legit. Like, I'm excited about Too Big to Miss. I am. I've used the what's coming, and I'm excited about what is coming at convention. All these things are super exciting, but Hunger Control Slim is like, got me like going a little bit crazy, because it is like, you can give someone a pack of it. They can drink the pack of Hunger Control Slim and immediately tell a difference. And I'm talking like, for me, my experience is full appetite suppression. Like full, like I'm only eating because it's time to eat and I know that I need to eat. Not because I have any cravings, so that product is amazing. And there are 2 products that are coming out before we even get that product. So it's such an exciting time for you guys to draw that line in the sand, for you guys to say, I am all in with this. And so what does that look like? When you go home on Monday, and when you're saying like, okay, today is like day 1 of the rest of my life in Plexus, what does that look like? So my advice to you guys would be, it doesn't matter if you have a team, if you have a team and they're like super active, if you have a team and you're like, they did. Like, I can't, there's no pulse there, right? They're dead. It doesn't matter. What I want you to do is I want you to go back to the basics. That's what you need to do, truly. I mean, I really feel like until you are like a Ruby or a senior Ruby with a really strong team, with, you know, leaders that have risen up, that it is all about you. You're going to love on and you're going to guide your team and you're going to inspire them, but really you're going to connect them to Kim and Jamie and what they're doing, okay? And Kim and Jamie are going to help lead your teams while you are in business building, personal activity mode, because that is what builds a strong, sustainable business. Nothing like shake off. And I have no idea. Like, Kim and Jamie told me not one thing to say. Like, I have no clue like what y'all have talked about or anything. I'm just going to give you the best advice that I can give you based on how I have seen people be most successful in Plexus and how I know that you can be most successful in Plexus. And that is shaking off any idea of like, I really want my team to see me as a leader and leading a team until you are really truly at the Ruby Senior Ruby level, with a very, very strong in momentum team under you. Okay, I hope I'm making myself clear there, because I just don't want you guys distracted with that when you have Kim and Jamie who are at the top, who are leading a team. So feed them into what they're doing so that you can put your focus on your personal business, which is helping your people develop silvers, you developing silvers, right? And you're gonna help them and you're gonna help launch them and you're gonna take care of them, you're gonna get them started right. But when it comes to team pages and trainings and stuff like that, that's a distraction. Okay, are there exceptions? Maybe y'all can turn off the Zoom and Kim and Jamie can be like, oh my God, Melissa said that, but really, you're doing a really good job and I don't want her to discourage you. That's fine. So I'm talking like big umbrella, big picture here, okay? And I want you guys focusing on your personal business. So I want you to get into activity, and I want you to be getting into massive activity. This might sound so like simple, but I'm gonna say it anyway. One of the best things that I ever did for my business, and it's been in the past 6 months that I've done this, is I printed out my Facebook friends list. Have y'all printed out your Facebook friends list yet? This was so eye-opening to me. So I have this friends list. It's 3,000 people on this list, okay? And I truly am starting with the very first person on the list. And I'm looking at this name and I'm going to their page and I'm saying, number one, is this a person that I want to be friends with? Because we need to start tearing down our Facebook friends list. If you're friends with a ton of Plexus people, I'm telling you, start deleting them, especially if they're not like your Team Eickenhorst sideline, okay? Maybe pick 5 or 6 jewels that you want to follow that are inspiring, that you care, actually about what they say. So the first thing you're going to determine is, do I want to be friends with this person? So you're either keeping them as a friend or you're deleting them as a friend, okay? If you decide that you want to be friends with them, I would say you don't want any more than like 5 to 10% of your Facebook friends to be Plexus people. Because if you're building, I all the time do trainings and I'll have people over my house and we'll be working and they have, y'all, I don't have 5,000 Facebook friends. I have 3,000 Facebook friends. I would never have 5,000 Facebook friends because that means that it's full of Plexus people and I don't have room to continue to expand and grow my network. So I really encourage you guys to start deleting off some of the Plexus people. Now, if they are not, here's where it gets really hard, but I believe in you and I know that you can do this and I know it's hard because I've done this myself and I've actually had to have, I'm not kidding you, I was talking on the phone to Vicki Brown and I was like, I'm working through my Facebook friends list and every single person on my list in order, it kind of takes the what do I do away because I'm legit just going down the list. And I have this one page, right? So let's say there's 70 people per page maybe. And I'm highlighting them, right? Like pink is a former customer. Yellow is a current ambassador. A line through them means that I deleted them. Blue is someone that I'm newly reaching out to about Plexus. So I have this page and on this page are like 6 people that are still white, right? Because I'm like, I know, but like her husband's a doctor. And I'm talking to Vicki and I'm like, I'm rocking it. Like I'm talking to so many new people. I've got so many new potentials because I'm reaching out to literally everyone on my Facebook friends list. But there are like 6 people that I didn't even know were on my chicken list. I hadn't even thought about them before. But when I was confronted with their name and I was in the position of, are you going to or are you not going to? I chickened out, you guys. Like I needed someone to talk life into me and be like, okay, yeah, but and she's literally telling me my own words. Yeah, her husband might be a doctor and she might be beautiful and in the junior league and the president of this and amazing at that. But you, Melissa, are offering something that could change your life. And even though it's pretty imperfect on Facebook, you have no idea. Like she's like feeding this into me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right, okay? So I would love to see y'all leave this weekend and hold each other accountable to that. Like partner up and say this week, print out your list, hold each other accountable. So we have, I don't know, Charity and Jamie are, Charity and Jamie Dicker, like maybe y'all are partners and you say when we go home on Monday, we're printing our Facebook friends list. And by Sunday, we will have reached out to every person on the first page.
Oh, first page.
Every person, on the first page. And then when Charity comes to someone and she's like, oh my gosh, Jamie, I can't do it. Like I haven't talked to this girl in 20 years and da-da-da. And then Jamie can be like, oh no, girl, nope. Because let me tell you what you have to offer. So you put on your little confident hat and you take a deep breath and you go. Or if you have someone and you're like, I don't know what to say to them, or I've reached out to them before, but this is where we kind of left off. You know, we're stronger together. And so 2 brains are better than 1. And you guys can, you guys can help each other with messaging and accountability. And I have some great verbiage on Team Eickenhorst. On the power hours, I share my tip top, best of the best verbiage on how to reach out. So I want you guys to do that. If you are not reaching out to people every single day, you're not going to be able to reach your goals in the timeline that you have set for yourself, right? Like, I hope you have a timeline. I hope you say, I want to be making $1,500 by this date. I want to be senior gold by this date. I want to be an emerald by this date. And you're putting your goals on this timeline, which is good and healthy and great. I mean, we're not going to live or die by it, right? But so then you have to be in the activity to match that timeline, okay? So this is gonna take me, this is one of the best things I've ever done in my business. When I thought to myself, and I have thought these crazy thoughts that I literally tell y'all, that is such garbage. But then I'm sitting in a room by myself, right? And I'm like, I've been doing this for 5 years. My war market is tapped. People aren't reaching out to me like they used to. I don't even know who the next person is gonna be that I'm gonna tell about Plexus. Like, these are all, I'm totally human. Like, these are all thoughts going through my head. And then I print that Facebook list, and on the first page, I have like 12 people I can reach out to, at least, right? So it's all lies. And you know what? If every single person on my Facebook friends list, if they were, which not even 50% of them have I reached out to, but let's just say they all had, then that just means I need to get to work in expanding my network. And so if you feel that way, if you feel like, oh, I know that you probably haven't even reached out to 50%, I know it. But if you get to that point where you have, and while you're reaching out to people, continue to be expanding your network. So that kind of leads me into my next thing, you guys. And this is something that I really want y'all to hear, okay? This may be the most important thing that I'm gonna say this morning. And that is, if you have big goals with Plexus, and I don't know what each of your goals are, I hope that each of your goals is to be a jewel with Plexus, because I believe that you can. But if that is a goal that you want, then let me give you a title. Your title is Network Marketing Professional. Because if you want to have a team of hundreds, you know, at the Emerald level, you have a team probably of 600 to 1,000 people. Did y'all hear me? Like, when I hit Emerald, I probably had about 500-ish people on my team, but I was in really, really, really fast momentum. So I had less people on my team than it would if someone was building more like consistently over a period of time. And if you're gonna have a team of 600 to 1,000 people at least, then you have to be a network marketing professional. So what does it mean to be a network marketing professional? Well, not only do we treat this like a job and not like a hobby, like we've all heard that 100 times, right? But it means that you have a business that you have to, you must, this is non-negotiable, you've got to get better at it. Like, you need to grow your skill set in this business. So finding a really good verbiage that Melissa gives on a power hour to do your reach out, that's great. And that is step one. You want to find some good verbiage. Like, that would be one thing, one area where I could grow my skill set is I need to work on my verbiage. Maybe I need to work on closing. Maybe I need to work on expanding my network. Maybe I need to work on sharing this business. Maybe I need to work on my knowledge about the products. But maybe I'm a blue or a red, and my mind is so not sciencey at all. Like, I don't even get the human body. My brain is not sciencey. I don't understand, you know, how things work. And so I'm just not green, and I don't really care about science and ingredients and products. I know people that do know those things, and that doesn't matter to me. Like, that's me, Melissa, using my color personality, right? I'm like a red, yellow, saying like, I can't really understand these products and what they do for people. That's using my color as an excuse, right? That's an excuse. I am a diamond ambassador with thousands of people on my team, I need to understand our products and how they work. You cannot use your personality and just fall into this box. Like, it kind of makes me go, oh, whenever I see like on the diamonds page, sometimes I'll see some diamonds say, I need some help from a green. And I think, great, I get help from greens all the time. It's not that part, but it's the part about the people that I see doing that over and over again. And I'm like, they're basically saying, that doesn't come easy for me, so I'm not gonna get better at that. You know, when they're leading these huge teams. And so I want you guys to be open to growing your skill set. If you wanna be a network marketing professional, then there are things that you have to be able to do well. And it's really, in my mind, a non-negotiable. It really is. And so identify those areas where you're struggling. Is it sharing the business? Maybe it is. Identify the areas where you feel like, I'm doing this over and over again and I'm doing it consistently, but I'm not seeing any results. That's when you go to Jamie, or that's when you go to Kim, and you say like, okay, I did what Melissa said, and I reached out to 20 people on my Facebook. That's where, can y'all hear me now? All right, someone tell me when y'all can hear me.
We can hear.
Okay, y'all have me now?
Yes.
No? Yes? Okay, good. Well, I was on an IT meeting yesterday, and I was right in the middle of like, and this, and I was like 3/4 of the way done, and my internet at my house, it went out for like half a day, and I was like, ah! It was so upsetting. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I want you guys, so this is just I just want you guys to like, it's like a change in mindset almost, right? Like, you look at you. Are you a network marketing professional? Are you? Like, do you treat this like a profession? Do you continue to do development and growing in your skill set to be successful in Plexus? Do you? Do you say, I'm really weak in this area and I'm going to actually get better at it? Like, don't just identify the weakness, but figure out what you need to do to get better at that skill. Break them down, like the 5 things that I mentioned. Expanding your network, following up, sharing the business, sharing the products, and closing. Break them down into those 5 areas and rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
Melissa, can you repeat those?
Yes. Expand your network, sharing the business, sharing the opportunity, expand your network, sharing the business, sharing the products, following up, and closing the deal. You know, and I would even add to that a 6, getting people started. And so look at those 6 things and rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And I love you a lot, and y'all are amazing. And I don't work that closely. I don't work closely with any of you guys because you have Jamie and Kim. But I bet if we one-on-one sat down and ranked each of you, and Jamie and Kim would be able to do this better. And I'm not saying this mean or ugly, but if I ranked each of you guys, and I'm just saying this on past experiences that I've had with people that I have worked really, really closely with, most of you probably are not higher than a 5 in any of the areas. And I love you, and I'm not a 10 in all the areas. I'm not, and I'm not saying that ugly, but and maybe you are, maybe someone out there is like an 8 in one area. Well, we got to do, like, that's our goal. We got to keep continuing to grow. So we've got to take our level 5 skill set that is going to take us to silver, gold, maybe senior gold if we find a runner. And we've got to bump that up. We've got to bring it to an 8, bring it to a 10. And I'm not saying that like I'm a 10 in all the areas, because I'm not. I straight up am not. But when I'm working, and I'm still always growing my skill set. Watching Bob Hyland videos, watching videos from other diamonds. And then as soon as I think I've got something figured out, like I'm like, oh yeah, I got followed up, figured out. I'm a boss at follow up. I hear like this new strategy and I'm like, well, I thought I was all that. And look at that. That's amazing. You know what they're doing? That's so much better than what I'm doing. So it's like this constant challenging yourself to grow and get better and better and better. And then I just want to leave with, if you guys are drawing your line in the sand and you are starting over, you're starting fresh, like, because maybe you have this team and maybe you guys are in momentum. We never want to leave anyone behind. Go find, ask yourself or ask your people, like, come home from this retreat. I would reach out to every single person on my team and I would say, I just spent a weekend with my Sapphire uplines. I am all in and ready to run. And my vision is stronger than it's ever been before. And I want to link arms with you. And I want to go to the top with you. And I truly am looking for like 2 or 3 people that are all in. Do you want to run with me? And it's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. Like, I'm going to love you where you're at, and we're still going to be friends, and we're going to do this Plexus thing together. But what I'm trying to do right now is just identify my 2 or 3. Like the ones that are going to go all in, work this business every single day, have big goals like I have. We're going to hold each other accountable. That's what I'm looking for. So if you're not that person, that's totally fine. But if you are, I want to know it and I want to go. All right. So, and you know what? You might go to every single person on your team and you might have not one that says that they want to do what it takes to go to the top. And so then that means that you need to find the ones that want to. So we're looking for 2 or 3 people. You're coming home, you're working through your list, you're finding 2 or 3 people that want to go to the top and run with you. And so if you guys are talking to just a few people every day, just like, and for some of you guys, talking to just 1 person a day, maybe for some of you guys, for talking to 3 people a week is more than what you're doing right now. And that's great. That's probably going to allow you to maintain what you've built. And if you just want to maintain what you're built, that's fine with me. Okay. But if you're wanting to grow and you want to create momentum in your business, then we've got to like turn up the heat in our reach outs and really, really focus on talking to a minimum of 30 people a month, like 1 person a day, at minimum. But I would say, set your goal for 50 new people every month. And if you guys can do that, then you're going to see things shift from staying the same or even shrinking to a good, steady growth. And if you guys want your businesses to be in momentum, then we've got to increase our numbers, okay? So printing out that Facebook friends list and starting there is such a good way to do that. And I know that once your team sees you doing this, that they're going to step up and they're going to get into more activity, because the team duplicates their leader. The team duplicates the person that brought them into this business. So the goal of sponsoring 3 people every month, the power of 3, it is a real thing. I want you guys sponsoring 3 people every month for the rest of this year. Like, just decide it. Anytime I've set a goal and I've just decided it, that means I'm not waiting around for 3 people to come to me. That means I'm getting into real focused activity. I will not stop. I will not quit until I have my 3 people. Plain and simple. Okay? So if I've reached out to 50 and I've signed 1, then maybe that means I need to reach out to 75 to find my 2. But when I say, all right, guys, all right, Cindy, we're drawing our line in the sand here. Well, that means sponsoring 3 people every month. Like, I'm not letting the month go without my 3. And there will be months that you sponsor 4 and 5, and there'll be months that you sponsor 1. And that's fine. But the goal, you are always pressing hard towards 3, because I know you guys want the financial freedom that comes with this. I know you guys want the time freedom that comes with Plexus, but you got to fight and work hard for that freedom. I've worked so hard for the freedom that our family has. It doesn't come for free. It doesn't come for free. So go and sponsor 3 people. And y'all are gonna fail during the way. You guys are gonna make mistakes just like I have, but you're gonna fail your way to success, right? If you guys haven't read John Maxwell's book, Failing Forward, that's such a good book as you get into that massive momentum, because in order to succeed in this business, you've got to have failure. And so if you're afraid of failure, we've got to change our mindset. It's gonna happen. You're gonna break out in a cold sweat when you reach out to people. People are gonna tell you no, you're gonna say the wrong things, but we're gonna learn from it and we're gonna get better, and failure creates that growth. And so if you're scared to fail, or your fear of criticism from other people is stronger than your desire for success, then that is something that we have got to look at. Because in order to reach your goals, you guys, you've got to persist, and you've got to protect your mindset, and you've got to give in to the activity and get into that personal activity so that this business can be everything that you desire it to be. And I say this all the time, and y'all probably heard me say this before, but if God has put a desire in your heart, if he has given you the vision of Emerald, of driving that Lexus, of going to Hawaii, if he has given you that vision, then there is a way. He will make a way. He does not give you a vision and then not give you a path to get there. And I truly believe that. God did not give me the vision to be a rocket scientist, okay? There ain't no path that's gonna take me there. It's not happening. But if he has given you a dream in your heart, then there is a way. So you guys, I'm giving you permission to continue to let yourself dream bigger. I want you to put your focus on where you're going rather than where you've been. Because we can get all twisted up and saying, but I should be here. But if these people were doing these things, then I would be there. How come I'm not at this point yet? I messed up at this time. No. Determine today, and I want you guys to decide today together, where are you going? Don't talk about where you've been and what's happened and what's gone wrong and who's disappointed you and this person fell off, but if only they would have stayed. Don't talk about where you've been. Determine where you're going. Talk about that this weekend as you guys are together. Focus on that. And then ask yourself, are you doing the little things that helped you get success in the first place? Because you guys are all successful. Are you still doing those things? I can look back at times in my business and say, okay, this was a pocket where I didn't have much growth, but was I doing the little things that helped me get to silver, to get to gold, to get to diamond? Okay? It's all about consistency. All right? The simple things. And that's why I'm saying don't get hung up on leadership and leading a team and doing these things. It's the simple things that are going to move you to the next level. Sharing the business, sharing the products, following up, closing the deal. Okay? So you guys have gotten to where you are today. How did you get there? Think about what you were doing that got you to where you are today and go back to the basics, because this business is simple. So we're starting fresh Monday with a simple business. We're going to do the simple things to move forward. And I so see people overcomplicate it all the time. We share products, we share the opportunity, we follow up, and we get people started right, okay? And we teach our teams to duplicate, which Jamie and Kim are amazing at, all right? So I want you guys to be so proud of yourself and so excited about what is to come. And if you're feeling like you are frustrated or stuck, or maybe where you are, where you want to be at, I want you guys to remember that you're building something that takes time. You've got to give it enough time, but you've got to make sure you're building, okay? Within that time, you've got to be in activity. You've got to make sure that you're building. And I don't want you just thinking, I'm posting on Facebook all the time, and then you guys think your dreams are going to come true by posting on Facebook, right? Like you're going to be making like 6 figures a month, and you're just posting on Facebook. Like that is too good to be true. All right. You've got to be working for it. So again, you guys want the freedom, right? I know you do. I know you want the freedom because you're there this weekend, but you got to be willing to work for the freedom. Have you fought for the freedom? It doesn't come free. And getting into momentum is easier when you, not the people that you sign, not the team that you have, but when you are the number one ambassador on your team, okay? So that income producing activity truly is where it's at. So just to wrap it up, you guys, I am so excited, so excited about this company and where we're going. And I'm so excited about each of you and where you are in your businesses right now. For some of you guys, it has been a journey, and I've seen your journey and I've been a part of your journey. You know, some of you guys have newer businesses and some of you guys aren't in momentum and some of you guys are in momentum. None of that matters because Monday, all of us, we're all starting fresh. We're all drawing that line in the sand and we are getting busy and we are getting to it. And we're going to find what we're looking for is our 2 to 3 people that want to run to the top with us. As we're looking for them, what are we going to pick up along the way? Some dabblers, somebody that's like, I just want to be wholesale, and they're wholesale for a year, my Ashley Crowder, and then all of a sudden she's a senior Ruby. She was a wholesale ambassador for 1 year, and now she's a senior Ruby, okay? You're going to pick up people like that. You're going to pick up people that start and stop, but what you're looking for is your 2 or 3 that want to go to the top with you. They're there. They're there in your Facebook friends list. They're there. We just have to be bold and brave enough to get out of our comfort zone and to reach out to them. And along the way, we've got to be getting better at what we're doing. So if we're reaching out to 10 people and we're getting 9 no's and we're in conversation with one person, then the next 10 people you reach out to, because we're getting better and we're improving our skill set, instead of only hearing back from 1, maybe our goal is to hear back from 2, okay? Because we're gonna keep improving along the way. So I hope that you guys have the best weekend. Kim and Jamie, of course, I went 15 minutes over and I'm so sorry. Y'all's booties probably hurt. But do y'all have questions, or do y'all want to ask me anything, or do y'all just want to go carry on with your day? You guys tell me.
Questions? I want to know how you are highlighting your list. You said pink for former, blue, yellow.
Yes. So my list is actually in the kitchen. But basically what it looks like is something like this. Like when I'm looking through my list, people are falling into different categories. So number 1, a lot of people on my list are already on my team. I've either personally sponsored them or they're on my team. So if they're in Plexus, like I would maybe highlight them pink, right? Some people are people that I have already reached out to before about Plexus. So they're like my follow-up people, but I need everyone to be highlighted just so I know who I'm working with. So I would maybe highlight them like blue, like I've already reached out to them before. Some people are people that I have never reached out to about Plexus, so I might highlight them yellow. I'm trying to think of what, I think I'm like circling my customers maybe. Like if they're on my team, I'm highlighting them pink. If they're my customers, I'm circling them. And then I'm crossing out the people that I'm deleting off Facebook. Was anyone taking notes earlier? Did anyone hear what I had said?
I did, but I just changed it all.
Well,
Okay.
You also had a lot of that were blank, and that sounded more like the ones that you were
white
not
ones,
reaching out to yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
current customers.
So the white people, the people that are left white on the page, were ones. Okay, so what I'm doing is they're white on the page, and if I've never reached out to them before, after I reach out to them, I'm highlighting them yellow. So if they're white, that's like glaring at me like, alert, alert, alert. This is a person you've never reached out to Plexus and you still haven't reached out to them. So the whites are people that I've got to put a highlighter on because either they're joining me, either they're my customer, or I've at least done a reach out for them. But that simple thing, doing that simple thing, and I had my sister and some people on her team print their list and start working through that list. I'm telling y'all want to know something? I'm sitting here feeling so sorry for myself. Like, I don't have anyone to reach out to. I've been doing this for so long. My network is so tapped. And I'm like thinking, oh, how silly me. All I had to do was get into like massive activity. And then all of a sudden, I'm in all these different conversations and following up with all these people and signing new customers. And I'm like, okay, like, I know this. I know that the number one, well, not the number one, the only thing that is going to get my business back into moving to where I want it to be is reaching out to people. Like, it works 100% of the time, 100% of the time. It works if you're doing it well. And I just needed to get back to it. And I felt like when I scrolled my Facebook friends list and this and that, like I wasn't seeing anyone new. So actually for me, putting it on paper, that made all the difference in the world. You know, and if I were you guys too, I didn't talk about this at all. And I'm sure maybe Janie and Kim have maybe started to. I haven't really started to in the bigger like Team Eickenhorst page, but like this is the main thing. This is the main thing. Like being distracted by anything else, that's what it is. It's a distraction. But if you want to be doing the main thing plus some, like if you're like, I want to be in massive activity, like I'm ready to go, I have big goals, you got to be doing this first and foremost. But then start looking at Facebook groups. Like, how can I be working and growing my network within Facebook groups? I'm seeing people be really successful with this. Tamara Holloway is a diamond because she worked Facebook groups, y'all. Don't do 10, do 2. Okay, because if you're going to get yourself into 10 Facebook groups and really be working and building relationships in them, then it's going to be a distraction from this, which is the main thing. Do y'all hear me? Like, don't think, oh, Melissa said Tamara got to diamond by working in Facebook groups and you're going to leave here and all you're going to go do is get in Facebook groups. No. This is the main thing. Your IPA, you're reaching out to people. But if you want to add to that, be working the Facebook groups. People are really figuring out Instagram. I don't know if Kim and Janie have done any Instagram trainings lately. I mean, it is very, I repeat, very different from Facebook. It's very time consuming, in my opinion. So if you're saying I have, 4 hours a day that I can give to Plexus, and you want to spend 1 to 2 on the main thing, which is this, reaching out to people, but I have another 2 hours that I can spend on like working groups and working Instagram, then maybe it's time to start implementing that. But you've got to do it right. You've got to do it well, or it's going to be a waste of your time. So those are just other things that you guys can be thinking about, but there's so much opportunity. The world is our oyster. We have so many more people to share Plexus with, like within our own networks that we currently have, right? But you can always be working on expanding your networks and growing in relationship with others as well. So what other questions do y'all have?
Anyone? No questions? Okay, I guess they're tapped out.
Okay, Kim and Jamie, y'all can go fix all the things that I said. You can be like,
She's crazy.
she said this, but really for us, that's kind of how it always goes, right? Because every team has their own culture, and you guys have like such an amazing culture. Jamie and Kim are amazing. So it doesn't hurt my feelings at all when you guys get up and you guys I hope that what successful people do is number one, they self-reflect, right? Like you got to look at you and spend time every single day self-reflecting, but debrief, y'all should totally debrief this. And now you take what I said and you tweak it and you make it your own and you fit it into what works for your lifestyle and what works for your team and your culture. But you keep the bones of it the same. And I do believe in y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I believe that this year is gonna be like, oh my God, crazy amazing. Not only too big to miss and convention, that Hunger Control Slim, like it's nuts how well it works. So now is the time to be like reaching out to people, getting into conversation with them, getting them excited about Plexus and what you're doing, continuing to rebrand yourself like on your Facebook page. Maybe you've been kind of quiet about Plexus, maybe you haven't, but you know, you're that passionate Plexus ambassador because big things are coming. And my last little thing is make sure y'all are registered for Too Big to Miss, and make sure your working team and your people that maybe are white lines and stuff, like work hard to get everyone that you can registered for Too Big to Miss, because it's going to be much like the big reveal last year. Remember the action packs that you could get? There's going to be another really good deal with a really big savings that you yourself are for sure not going to want to miss out on, but you don't want your people to miss out on it either.
Yep, especially your wholesalers too. Get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love y'all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Melissa.
Melissa.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Melissa.